Live from the heart of the blockchain, two legends rise.
Yo, it's Airwink in the cockpit, DJ Orakle in control. Teach your main city like it's coded in their soul. From the basis to the deep plays, every tool, every tip. They'll turn noobs into legends on this crypto trip. Grinding mission, stacking loot, dodging fakes, making moves. You got question, they got proof. Boost defense, point prestige, mo finesse. Main city ain't a game, it's a whole mindset test. Loaded lions in the streets, cubs chasing that bread. Every stat, every buff, yeah, it's all in your head. So plug in, level up, learn the code, know the plan. With Oracle and Airwink, you gon' master the land.
Welcome to the show, where crypto meets the grind, where knowledge drops hard and the game's redefined. This ain't no chill, this is strategy and wit. Main City 101, now let's get it lit. Welcome to the show, where crypto meets the grind, where knowledge drops hard and the game's redefined. This ain't no chill, this is strategy and wit. Main City 101, now let's get it lit.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Arwink 7, and I'm joined once again with DJ Orakle. And we've got some interesting stuff to talk to you guys about today. So buckle up and get ready for quite a bit on the Main City Mobile, some dev diaries, and also the Expedition Blitz. But first, how are you doing, DJ Orakle? Everything going well?
Yeah, everything going well. I had a pretty good day. It's nice and sunny out here in LA. Been watching the World Cup as much as I could, so it's been pretty all right. How you been?
Yeah, doing pretty good. Doing pretty well. Not watching any World Cup, though. It's mostly on while I'm asleep anyhow. And I'm not the biggest football or soccer fan anyhow. So I haven't really watched too much, but I know all my students, they're all excited about it. Football's massive over here, so they love watching it.
Nice. Yeah, I don't get to watch all of them live. So when I get home, like tonight, I'll be watching the highlights on YouTube.
Oh, there you go. Watch some highlights, see what's going on with those. Yeah, I guess it's easier just to watch the highlights. That's usually what I like to watch, even with hockey. When I'm watching, like, NHL and stuff like that, I'll watch highlights mostly.
Oh, right? Yeah, like a summary.
Yeah, exactly. But, okay, so, yeah, like, do you want to do any quick shout-outs? I mean, we'll do some shout-outs to the top 10 and some of the people in the top 100 once we get through the Expedition Blitz. But I know we got a couple little call-outs before we do get into the Expedition Blitz discussion.
Yeah, just shout out to everybody who participated in the Blitz, everybody who's always listening. If you haven't, make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe and share the video. And yeah, thank you for hosting like always.
Right on, no worries. So, first up here, shout out to Gary Pug. We see he's got his merch package. So he's got himself a little keychain, the Loaded Lion plushie, some stickers. So I mean, he's always out there doing a lot for the Crow fam and the Loaded Lions and Main City community. I know he's pretty heavy there and doing spaces, running spaces quite a bit. So definitely well deserved. So congratulations on that. And also loving the Dark Lion for your evil Gary Pug debut. It's quite a nice Dark Lion with the chain. Pretty good. Crypto Drip, I think, is that trait. So if you're looking for the chains on the Dark Lions, it's called Crypto Drip.
Crypto Drip. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's a nice lion. And yeah, like you said, very, very well deserved. He's been holding spaces since the other person that was holding them before kind of like dropped down, and he's been holding it down for a long time for the whole community. So yeah, shout out to Gary. Yeah, I've known him. I've been talking to him for a long time. I haven't been as active as before, but yeah, he's a great person for the community, doing giveaways, and yeah, that's a beautiful care package. Love the plushie. It has a mini plushie, I think, also next to it. So yeah.
Yeah, you get the keychain and the big plushie, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a keychain. There it is.
Yeah. They each have different codes on their feet, too. So I was joking. He's got Gary Pug 212 for, like, the crypto.com movement or whatever 212 they made up. I still don't understand it, to be honest. But yeah, he's got 136 on his foot. So I was joking he should change his name to Gary Pug 136.
Right? Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, change it to 136. That's his personal first little plushy line now. Nobody
Yeah.
else can have that number now.
Exactly. I can't remember which one mine had. I think my keychain had like 242 on it or something like that. And I think I had a really low number, like a 07 something or 097 or something like that for my big plushie.
Yeah, I
But
remember. Yeah, mine is 121 for the big one, and I don't have a keychain yet.
oh no, yours didn't come with. You won yours, right?
Yeah, I won it in an Instagram contest.
Oh,
That's how I
okay.
got mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
No,
got
they,
yours for a care package, right? A loaded
yeah,
lion care
yeah.
package?
For doing like the podcasts and the videos. So I'm surprised they haven't reached out to you about it
Yeah.
yet. But well, maybe you're on the list.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, well deserved also yours. And it's a really nice care package with the stickers. I love the stickers too. I'm a
The
big
thing I
sticker
hate
guy.
about stickers is I always keep them on the thing, right? Because I'm like, I don't know what I want to stick it on. I don't want it to be gone forever. So I just end up keeping them on like the base sheet to look at them because they look so cool.
Yeah, that's a good way to kind of like keep them as a collectible. Or you
Yeah.
can put them on your PC that you play Loaded Lions that you play Main City on.
Yeah, maybe if I ever like built a PC, I'd put them on the like desktop case, but not on my laptop. They would just cover the whole back almost, all these Loaded Lion stickers. And this laptop's not going to be around probably too much longer, so it'd be gone, and I'd just keep it just to keep the stickers almost.
Yeah. A big paperweight, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you'd still
Yeah.
watch TV on it. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
so yeah, congratulations, Gary. I mean, looking forward to maybe actually being able to get in a space. I know he was the only one I really knew that was hosting spaces when I first like got into getting on X and listening to spaces. So I'd hop into his and listen every once in a while. It was always good conversation and does a really good job. So he's definitely well deserved recognition here. And then
Yeah, totally agree.
some people's comments there. And then, yes, we got two more little reminders. So if you aren't following the Main City game official, they do have their blue check mark now. So we will put the link in the description down below, but make sure you're following this X account. They are the official account for Main City. And also there is a 10% income boost on the LL Sports for the World Cup. I love that they chose the hockey rink LL Sports to show off for the World Cup, even though there's ones with giant soccer balls on them.
Yeah.
But it's just funny. But yeah, so
It's the Main City to do something like that.
right.
Yeah, come on, Main City. Pay attention to the details.
Got to get those details right. Yeah, because I think I have. I know I have one that's a soccer ball. Let me see if I take the skin off. Nope, that one's I guess that's kind of like a indoor soccer. Maybe it's like a lacrosse field or something on the top. But you can see there is the
that's on the
10%.
roof, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I have one with a soccer ball or not on top. I know I used to. I just don't know where it is. Oh well, not that it matters. But that's ongoing. So if you are running an LL Sport, I actually just got mine up to Prestige 14. So pushing with my LL Sport now. Got a lightning boost. Get that extra 10% from this little bonus. Doesn't really do too much when you compare it to a lightning boost, but hey, it's a little extra bonus.
Right? Yeah, anything helps.
Yeah.
Helps. Numbers are numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And it's on for over a month, right? So they started June 15th and they're going all the way to July 20th. So I wonder if this will carry over into Main City Mobile as well. And people will want to be running LL Sports for that little extra bonus at the start.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We'll see. We'll see everything about mobile, what happens with mobile.
Yes, exactly. And then the last little reminder, there is a skin up for grabs on the calendar, so make sure you are completing your dailies. I think tomorrow would be the last day, I think, right? If you were getting each one every single day. So if you are able to collect it tomorrow, unless you do something like what Diesel does. I think a few other people might do it and just buy out the whole calendar right away, and then you get a bonus 2 or 3 lightning boost daily. So that's always nice
Every
too.
single day. Yeah, yeah. I saw that. I'm like, I thought it was only one day of the calendar. But then on February, I noticed when we finished early, I noticed that every single day you check in and there's a booster waiting for you.
Yes, yeah. So if you buy out the calendar right at the start, then you get like, another 29 days of just lightning boosts, which is kind of cool. But now that you can get so many from the expeditions, I don't know if it's really worth the money to do it that way. But if you got the
Yeah,
money and you want to do it, I mean, go for it. At least then you don't have to worry about checking in to get the daily skin. You'll already have the skin long before the daily cycle's over, or the monthly rewards calendar is complete.
and you can start putting it to use.
Exactly. I will
Right?
show you which
Start
one it is
applying it.
here. We'll just go to, not into the market, into
Delivery.
inventory. And it's this one, the Tropical Splash Pool. So 1.5% on your Pride records. So that's the one you are currently trying to get with the June 2026 daily calendar.
Yeah, I got 2 more days to go. Am I gonna do it? Yeah, I'll have enough time. So
Oh,
I
okay.
must have missed a few days.
Yeah, I think I maybe missed. I don't think I missed any actually on this one. Maybe one.
Do you think you might get it tomorrow?
Yeah, I get it tomorrow. I'm going to get mine tomorrow, so it's all good.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and then I'll be
So
equipping
yeah,
it,
yeah.
checking out the splash pads. But
Right. Yeah. Start enjoying the summer.
yeah, exactly. Even though we're well into summer here in Thailand, so it's nice and hot. But yeah, so that's it
Yeah.
basically for like the quick little call outs and stuff like that. Other than that, do you have anything else you want to bring up prior to getting into the Expedition Blitz discussion and talking about what we did?
No. Just make sure everybody gets those free skins. Like we were saying before we started recording, that's pretty much main city history. So these are things that are not coming back. You won't be able to buy them from the market. Other ones that you can purchase, you can just purchase. Maybe you get a good position on a blitz and you have extra vouchers you want to spend on. You can always buy it. But these ones, the ones in the daily reward calendar, these are main city history. So this is why we're bringing it up again. So guys, make sure you go and collect them.
Yes, exactly. These are something that, I mean, even if you have one day at the end that you have to buy, I would almost say it's worth it, right? Just to have this, because this is a skin you can't buy after this calendar expires, right? I wouldn't say that it's worth purchasing, like maybe 300K worth of days, right? I think each day is worth 40. So if you had to buy like 10, between, 9 and 10 days, I mean, even 5 days to 10 days, somewhere in that range, it might not be really worth it, but it is a collectible item, right? This is the only time you can get it. So, judge your voucher spending based on that if you ended up, not checking in daily to be able to unlock it the natural way. So you can always pay to get it, right?
Yeah. Yep. So this is our public service announcement.
Exactly. Little late right near the end. Sorry, guys. There is also like one that you can purchase. Let me see if I can find it really quick here. There we go. Imperial Aqua Lounge. And it is 50K. So that's where sort of, to me, it's like, if you're going to have to buy more than one day, then it doesn't really make that much sense. You might, unless you're just a collector and you want to like round out your skin collection. But for me, it's like, you go from 40K to buy out a day up to 50K to buy the skin that gives you an extra 1%. If you're not a OCD and need that whole collection complete, I would say just go for the Imperial Aqua Lounge once you have to buy more than one day. But if you're going specifically just to own all the skins, then you're going to have to do what you got to do to be able to round out that collection.
Yeah, totally agree with that.
Right on. Okay, so that ends our public service announcements that we've got here for you guys. So next up, we want to discuss the competition, the Expedition Blitz. So this ended, what is it? I guess almost 2 weeks ago now. We're a little behind here. But yeah, this had then ended at the base, like on June 16th is when Queen Cindy had posted this photo. So ended probably a couple days after that. Or sorry, a couple days before that. Yeah, it would have been the 12th, I think was the end date there. So yeah, 2 weeks ago as of today. And here is the top 10 for the leaderboard. So FFTB Hacker still locking in rank 1 there. Golden Tree coming in at 2nd. And we had Meta hold down 3rd. With a close 4th here from Crypto Ocean. And then Treya is not too far behind him. ZZ Mon coming in with his zombie cub there. We have also got Mr. Kooky and Lightman, Fiend for Crow coming in at 9, and then Strawman coming in at 10 for your total top 10 for the Expedition Blitz. So congratulations to the top 10. Definitely a well-fought battle. It's nice to see Crypto Oceans back in and, you know, ranking quite well for being absent, since... I think it was since pretty much World Series 2. He won World Series 2, and then we never heard from him again. So, yeah, he's back after basically a whole year off, a little longer than a whole year, almost a whole year and a half. So, welcome back, Crypto Ocean. It's good to see you up there. I know the Legion's definitely appreciating the extra support that comes with your point balance that you can attain.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice to see him on the leaderboard again. An OG, definitely well deserved. And like you said, after not seeing him for a while, he did pretty well. He wasn't all that rusty, and especially with new mechanics and expeditions and all of that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he got excited about the expeditions, and the expeditions brought him back. So shout out to the team for the expeditions, and to the top 10 that did a good job with the expeditions. Like we were saying, it was new mechanics, so it was definitely a fun one.
Yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed the new mechanic of the expeditions because it gives you something to do, right? Like my normal play style, right, is sort of sit out at the very start for a little bit. And a lot of times, like, because I'm sitting out anyways, like I'm not using any of my weapons or armor. I am still using the tents and whatnot to boost up my diamond production. But it's nice to be able to like send out some backpacks or even just run some like really easy boss battles, right? That I could like solo or bring a few people along and we're able to complete them. But it was nice to have that activity to do while I sort of collect diamonds and wait for my entrance point. It also gives you a heck of a lot of diamond savings when it comes to the amount of like defenses, the amount of attacks, and the amount of boosters you're able to get through participating in expeditions. That, you know, I was able to save those diamonds and put them towards building stuff to put on the market and try to make some of my money back. So I really liked it. I thought it was, I think it's a great addition.
Yeah. Yeah, and you placed pretty well, right?
Yeah, I did pretty good. I ended up at 25th. Yeah. Barely
Yeah.
beat out. I almost had 24th, but I know there was, what's his name? Luzino or something like that. He was, he was just inched me out. Like, let me just go check and see what our power difference was here. I think it was like next to nothing. Yeah. Yeah. He beat me by like, what, 60? 600,000?
Wow.
600,000. If I would have had 600,000 more, I would have been above him. But you can, it's funny. So with him, he was bidding on the same businesses. He outbid me on pretty much all 3 of the major businesses that were on sale, like for sale at that time that I was entering. So he was bidding on all of those as well. And then I know he went and bought another business after that. So he's probably pretty deep in the hole just to attain his reward. I don't know who it is, but I'd love to hear how much he actually spent versus what the reward payout actually ended up being for him. So
Yeah, that's one thing to consider because there's one thing to just like try to buy your way up, uh, but sometimes you end up in a negative just trying to claim the glory. And it's good for some people to be up there, but when you can kind of like be a little more efficient. Um, yeah, like you said, I like what you mentioned about being able to have something to do while you're stacking your diamonds and not playing. You can still send out for expeditions. Um, so that actually, look at that. It kept you on the PC, huh? A little longer than it would have otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the most part, normally I just log in and then let stuff just kind of like collect, right? Maybe buy a few things here, buy a few things there. But now with the expeditions, I'm like, okay, send out one, check every 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on what the expedition length is, right? And then come back, set up some more, do them, come back. So at least then I'm bringing in some rewards that I wouldn't have to pay for. And they're good things that you need, right? Like attacks. I love when I get defenses, especially like the photon barrier. Anytime I get a photon
Yeah.
barrier, I'm happy because I'm just like, at least I don't have to spend almost 40 million diamonds just to buy this for a 4 hour
Yeah.
defense that people beat for an extra hour.
Yeah, it's so true. The defenses are the best because they're more expensive than the attacks.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I get a lot of Gigabyte Guardians. The Leos kind of come here and there, but like you said, when those photo barriers come on, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
they're so
good way to
nice.
save diamonds.
I kind of
Yeah,
wish they
so
would
like you,
increase the
it was
daily
nice.
roar too. Like, we need to get the daily roar changed a bit, I think.
Like from the diamond, the prices of diamonds, or
Well, I know
just
people have
a
been
lot of things.
complaining quite a bit about the essence dropping as well. Now with expeditions, one
Right.
essence drop from a daily roar spin compared to, like an hour expedition that's going to give you like 30 of them, right? Well, maybe not that
Yeah,
many.
that's
It'll give you 10 for like a super easy expedition, right? So like, it's just, yeah, I just don't think it's good to have them on the daily roar anymore. And then also, it's more not the daily roar, but like the daily collectibles, right? The free defense that you can get. I still find it weird that there's not a way to increase the amount of free defense that you get, right? We only get an increase in the free attacks and the free boosters, but there's no milestone on prestiging that brings out another free defense. And I think they're missing out. Like, I think we need to include that.
yeah, maybe even increase the boosters too. Huh? Maybe even with divisions. Now that they have different divisions, maybe getting to Division 1 should be able to get more boosters.
Well, the boosters, so free
I mean, not
attacks.
not boosters. The defense.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So when you get to the next division, that's when you get an extra defense, right? So if you get to Division 1, it increases your defense allotment.
Yeah, that
But
would be good.
but it does take a while, right? So like, maybe when you max out or when you hit like 150, right? Because it's 100 for the free attack, 200 for the free booster, the extra free booster. So if they did like 150 for the free defense, like that would make sense, or put it at 250 if you want it to be a little bit more difficult to get. But I think they need to include something like that.
Yeah. At what prestige you said there's a free booster?
So the free booster is at Division 1 P200. You get an extra
Oh,
booster.
okay.
And that's for every division. So when you hit Division 2, Prestige 200, you get another booster. So you'll be getting 3 per day. And at Prestige 100, you'll be getting 5 attacks when you're in Division 2.
Oh yeah, so we definitely need to increase the defense.
Yeah, exactly. If we're only ever increasing the boosters and the free attacks, and the defense is the most expensive thing, which, to me, it's like, okay, the boosters are not that much cheaper. Sure, there's like a super cheap booster, couple super cheap boosters, but there's still like the chance of getting a lightning boost or a gold boost, right? Which are pretty close to the cost of the defenses. So I don't really understand why they haven't increased the free defense, but at least we're able to get them from expeditions now. So that really does help reduce the cost of the overall play style that I have. So
Yeah, and it seems that it might be just that they with all these all these innovations to the game and adding all these features. Now that we're talking about it, what came to my mind right now is that maybe the daily reward is kind of like a project that's been collecting dust, and like they're not something that they're thinking about. So it would be good if we go to the feedback and kind of like put it in there so that they can, start thinking about it, because I don't out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hold off for a moment. I think until we see what they bring out on mobile, because maybe they've taken into consideration a lot of these little changes we've talked about, and they are
Mhm.
pushing them on mobile, but maybe not going to bring them to desktop right away. So wait and see. But yeah, definitely one small change I think I'd like to see. But yeah, how did you do? Before, yeah, like what was your game plan? I think you started right away, right?
Yeah, I started right away. I kind of like wanted to play around with the explorations. Um, so I started right away. I tried to play it all throughout, but there were a few days that I got super busy and I wasn't able to play, especially on Sunday, which is the first like 10x, right? 10x day. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I started pretty good. Which I guess it was kind of good because I didn't have a lot of time to play. I think I got all the way up to like 15 or something like that.
Yeah, you were up there in
Um,
like really good ranking at the start. Um,
yeah, at the very start.
where did you end up
And
here? You get pushed out of the top 100? Yeah, there you are, 103.
yeah, 103. I ended up at 103. Um, and I think I spent like 200K. And I sold some stuff. So I probably ended up spending like 150K. So at least I'm not in the negative. It's not a whole lot. But it's still vouchers that go to the bag, so that's always welcome.
Yeah, so you spent 100 and you
Like
said
150. No, I
okay.
think I spent like 200 and then I made some sales.
Okay, yeah. So your net negative was 150-ish and your prize
Yes.
was 863, so you're still 700k up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And then like I said, for not having like a lot of time to play, I was just like kind of like watching myself slide down, but at least I had a good place to start falling from.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you just slowly slid down and it's too bad you got pushed out of the top 100. I see there
Yeah.
Pampa de Lampa is at 89 or 89. Lion JD 2020 is at 81. What else we got? McLovin 76. There's Becky at 74. Haberry and Hugh Pack 72, 71. I always see Blastoise. He does a lot of like last minute buy-in. I guess maybe it didn't work this well or as well this time. He only got to 69. So I wonder what he ended
Hmm.
up buying. He's generating M. So he was definitely generating a lot of income. Who else we got here?
Yeah. And
Crypto Chains
your
at
timing
64
process.
and Spooners at 63. What's that? Sorry?
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say he probably didn't time in his entrance right, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because he's like way above everybody here. We'll flip over and see
Yeah,
where he was in
damn.
live in a moment. But there's Cappy Bar and Lady Blue, 80 or 58. Edgar Allan Crow at 56. Mr. N Rivers.
Mr. River,
Yeah, Alexia
the
on my way
point
up at
slide,
49. There's El Ray right beside.
Ray, 48.
Oh, look at El Ray's looking good in the blue.
Oh yeah, he was void.
Well, he went Legion. Normally he's Void, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's looking good in blue.
Looking good in blue there.
Yeah.
LLASP. What else we got? I love
Mhm.
NFT. Whale Sun. I always see him outbidding me on tons of stuff. There's Blazius and DP DeBoss Zeus. I am at 25, right behind Luzino. You can see the difference between I'm at D, he's at K, right? So that's where he had got pushed down a little bit and then sort of caught up. But I figured I wasn't going to get pushed out of the top 30. That's why I kind of just chilled. Bentley, Gus R. Flips changed his name again to Fantomas.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
Phantom.
Yeah, I got attacked a
No
bunch.
avatar.
I got attacked a bunch in normal mode, and I was like, who is attacking me? Who is this guy? And I looked, I was like, where did Flip go? Where's Ra's al Ghul? Oh, he's changed his name to whatever the heck that is. But, yeah, so that's your top 100 there, so not bad. And let's just take a quick look at Blastoise here and see where he was. So yeah, you can see here, he ended up coming in at 16. Right, so live rank 16, which would have definitely helped pull him from like, you know, the 800, 700 sort of area up into where he is now. But he would have had to have been like live rank 7, something like that, to really get himself pulled into, you know, the top 20. And I think that's usually what he tries to do, get a really high live rank and then get pulled in. But now most of these people are doing that too, right? I know Fiend does it. I think Strawman, I don't know if he was here the whole time. I didn't really notice, but there's been a lot of people that sort of purchase a bigger business right near the end and try to catapult themselves up.
Yeah, especially at the end when the prices are dropping, you know?
Oh, exactly. Like, I was kind of pissed off like halfway through because somebody came in and I was making some good sales. Actually, we can go and take a look kind of at the chart that I put together. So yeah, I was selling some cool cats here for like 21, right? 18, 19. And then somebody came in and just like listed three or four pages of 1K prestige 20s. And I was making, I think, prestige 17s at that point and selling them. And they just listed a bunch, like 3-4 pages all at 1K. And so I go from like selling cool cats at like 19K down to selling them for 5K. I did end up, it did pick up a little bit after that and like got back up to like 11, 10K, but sort of like bounced around between that. Mostly because I was also able to bring my prestige up a little bit. So, but yeah, it was brutal. It was just like cut it in thirds, basically, cut it in fourths. Dropped me right down to 5K. I was like, man.
Wow, right? Like, don't about 1K. Wow, and then so many of them. That's wild.
Yeah,
I wonder who that was.
me too.
Who's up there in the top 10?
Especially because they killed their own market, right? So they killed the market for me. They killed the market for themselves. At least if you put on, 2 and people kind of fight for them and it gets up to like 20 and you're like, okay, I'm good with that price. Let's put another one on. And then people could fight for it and get it up to like 18. And it's like, all right, we're good. Sort of play that. But if you list 3-4 pages at 1K, people are just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to put it at like 10. Now you lost, 10K vouchers because you've listed it too low and there's too many. And now people aren't really fighting for them. They're just purchasing it. Like,
yeah, you don't fight for one because you could just go and bid another one that's at 1K still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you bid up on one, right? It's like there's another one right there for 1K. I'm just gonna go bid on that one then.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't, yeah, I saw some of them and that happened to me with some of the cool cats. But once it was too high for me, I was like, nah, I was just trying to see if I can avoid all the diamonds from bringing one up from 0,
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't spending that much on cool cats. So
Yeah. No, I was just selling cool cats as much as I could, trying to make back that money. Right? Because like my initial purchase was 882K and then 135K for these, like a bank and a museum. All right, so that was 1,020,000 vouchers or whatever. Basically, let's just say it was like 1.02 million, right? And then I was really like after I bought those, I'm like, man, I'm never going to be able to sell enough to get this all back. But somehow I did. Like somehow I actually managed to sell enough that I actually made 170K or almost 180K vouchers before the prize pool. So I was happy with that. But definitely killed my momentum with that person coming in and listing so many cool cats. And literally my only saving grace to be able to pull this off was that the Cubs delivered me 700 million diamonds. Because, like, I was out of diamond. Yeah. If I didn't get that delivery, I was out of diamonds at this point where I was selling cool cats for 21K. So I wouldn't have been able to keep, like, building these cool cats and listing them. I think I was able to make a couple, and then I was out of diamonds. So I hit that jackpot and was like, yes, now I made a bank, which I sold for a profit of 98. And I made another bank that I sold for 143. So I was able to sell a few things. Oh, and this motors. I made this motors as well, but that was originally, like, I planned, I made this motors, was hoping to make a good chunk off of it, but it only sold for like 200K. So I got 161 out of it. But yeah, it was ridiculous. Like, being able to get that was literally what secured my ability to build enough businesses to make myself profitable before the competition ended.
Nice. Yeah, I saw your video where you put the spreadsheet, and I was wondering. I was like, wow, you did pretty good with the diamonds, like to be able to build up all those businesses. So okay, yeah, that the jackpot is what provided. Nice, very
Yeah.
very nice. And see, that's a lot of us. We were like, well, why get the Cubs? You know, now that we get attacks and all these things from the expeditions. So that's a perfect example why sometimes it's still worth chasing those
Oh
Cubs.
yeah. When I got that, I was like, oh my God, let's just save the night. Like, I was sitting here like sweating, like, how am I going to get enough diamonds to make businesses? Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be like, 800,000 vouchers in the hole before the competition ends. I'm never going to make enough back. And no, like, that literally saved the competition for me. And that's the thing I'm kind of worried about, because it's like, I know I can't rely on that happening ever again now. Like, so I think I definitely overspent. Like, I'll go back to the chart. Like, I definitely overspent. I should not have spent as much as I did on that bank. But I mean, if I didn't spend that much on that bank, I wouldn't have been able to get into like live rank 7, or I think I was live rank 8. I don't think I ever made 7, but I did buy that one off of Ocean, and then the Museo was off of FFTB Hacker.
Okay.
So at least,
Yeah, I was gonna say when you bought that business, like it was costly, but you knew what it was gonna do for you.
yes, yeah, that was the thing, right? Like, I knew it was going to pull me into a good enough rank and high enough position that I could start selling stuff. It's just the only thing that sucks is like FFTB Hacker, and now that Ocean's up there, and Golden Tree and Meta, all those guys, they're selling the same point that I'm selling at, but they're already 5 prestiges ahead of that. You know what I mean? So it's easy enough for them to be like, oh, okay, I see somebody else is, selling these same businesses. I'm just going to increase mine by 2 prestige. And now people are just going to forget about that one and go for mine. Right. So that's the hard part, is like competing with these top dogs that, they're pumping out businesses. Like, they're, at one point there was like a couple pages of like really high prestige, banks and motors and museos. And just like, what the heck is going on here? So they definitely have the market on lock, but I mean, they understand the game better than I do. That's for sure. So they definitely have the advantage there when it comes to, controlling the market.
Yeah, and one thing that I would say that was pretty good on your strategy, that is that as soon as you secured your prestige, you started building those businesses right away and putting them on the market, because every day that passes by, that prestige is going to get cheaper and cheaper. So as soon as you got to your prestige, you started listing. So that was like, all right, you're making sales already. That's good for you.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? Like, I wasn't sitting there being like, I pushed a little bit extra, right? I was like, okay, I'm going to get these up to prestige 9, and I'm going to start selling prestige 8s, right? So I got to prestige 9, started listing prestige 8s, and exactly like you said, like, it's a matter of a couple hours, right? Like you saw when I was showing the my chart there of all the cool cats I was selling, right? It was a matter of it was a matter of an hour. Somebody just decided, hey, I'm going to list, prestige 20 cool cats for 1K, a bunch of them. And then it's like, well, there goes the market for what I was selling, right? So if I would have waited an extra hour and started listing my businesses at that point, it's like, well, now I'm having to compete, list everything at 1K, right? Just to be able to get some attention for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I started doing that near the end. I was just like, whatever, just put everything up for 1K. I just make a cool cat, list it for 1K. Make a cool cat, list it for 1K. Watch it get bid up. Once it hit like 10 or 12K, I'd list another one and just sort of sit there and just keep doing that.
Yeah, that's a better strategy. Start feeding it little by little. Don't flood it.
Well, exactly. Because if you flood it, then people are just going to be like, there's so many, right? Like, and then as soon as you get outbid once, you'll just contact that person and be like, dude, there's 30 of them. Like, I'll take 3, you take 5, whatever, right? Leave these ones alone. I'll leave yours alone, right? So.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a good Expedition Blitz, though. I thought it was pretty good. Good introduction to the Expedition feature. And I thought it was a lot of fun being able to, because like once the prestiging started for me, that's when I switched from running exploration and boss fights. And I needed my weapons to be able to attack to get those attack boosts as I climbed up the leaderboard. So I switched over and I didn't really need my tents as much. So I started just running resource missions, right? And tried to stagger them like 5 to 10 minutes difference. That way you could like have one come back. Maybe that brought enough gold for you to get one of your businesses to the next prestige so that the next one coming back gives you even more gold and sort of like try to climb the ladder like that.
Yeah, that's I was definitely using some of the easy missions. I would do some mediums, but I would do a lot of the easy ones so they can just keep the cash coming in. Especially when by the time you come in, it'll be a different prestige. Then you get the higher income.
Yeah. No,
So
I was always doing
I love
mediums.
this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much exclusively did mediums. I think I did a couple of boss battles that were hard, but I don't know. The thing I found is like with that 10-minute timer, it just, unless you have people and you're like, hey guys, 5 minutes until these missions end, I'm going to start setting up a bunch, and you have people like ready to go. I just found most times I was just like, I'm just going to run a medium. I can usually solo it. And if somebody hops in, it's a bonus, right? Then maybe I don't have to put on a tent. I could just put on a groundbreaker instead, right? Or something like that. So
yeah,
that was sort of the route that I went. I was like, mediums are stuff I can solo for the most part by myself if I can find good ones. Sometimes they're harder, right? You'll find ones that are like in the 30s. And so a tent and a groundbreaker is needed. But I don't know. I found that was the easiest route to go, right? Because trying to find hard ones, I know the one day I went and I looked at hard on Sapphire, and nobody was even running any missions because all of the hard ones were like 150k power or more. And it was just like, well, okay, bye.
right. Yeah. Yes, but yeah, definitely. It's definitely a lot of fun. And the hard ones, like you said, you pretty much have to do it in a group. But at the beginning, there was a lot of people running groups, and it seems like now a lot of people are doing solos because the the lands are like running out pretty fast. But during the Blitz, I did catch a lot of missions with a lot of people. It was pretty fun to be able to, even if there were different factions, or even if we were going at it on the leaderboard, but we still went on missions together, So that was fun.
No, I know. I thought I was, at one point I was like, man, I'm going to make like a little like story video, right? Because who the heck was it? There was somebody, and they were like neck and neck with me on the leaderboard, but they were like climbing up past. And oh man, who was it? I think it might have been Lion Sentinel. Let me go back. Let's see. There was somebody that like it was Czar Crypto. That was who it was. And Shrollo. So they both joined one of my expeditions. So they were right beside me. So I was like, I don't know if you've seen the one that I have for doing expeditions. He's my favorite. Just as like a kind of like a troll one. He's one of the cows gone mad, but he's got like the what do you call it? The resistive vest or whatever, the straight jacket on. So it looks like.
Oh yeah.
So usually what I'll do is I'll send that guy with my tent, which is like with the blue tent. So it looks like they wrapped him up in the tent and like kidnapped him. So if I'm going with a bunch of randos, I'll send out that guy. But
That's a good one.
yeah, he's one of my favorite because I just go based on lowest ID, and he just happens to be, I think he's number 43 or something like that. So it's perfect.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I sent him out, and then as soon as we launched it, I just turn around and I go and attack the city. I was like, yeah, take you out, stab you in the back.
Yeah. We can work together on these expeditions, but when it comes to the battleground, we still got to get those bonuses.
Well, I was thinking it was more like an assassination mission, right? It's like, oh yeah, I lure him out into the wilds. We're gonna go on like a nice, peaceful, expedition. I think it was one of the resource gathering ones, right? So we're going out, we're doing some mining, looking for some, gold, whatnot. But meanwhile, he's gonna come home and his whole city's just decimated. I've been attacking it.
Oh, okay, so that's the story that you wanted to make.
Yeah. It's like, hey, yeah, we're friends. Let's go out peaceful. He's gonna come home and his whole city's destroyed. Haha, sucker.
Yes.
There was only one king.
You're luring him out of his... Yeah. So you're luring him out of his mansion.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be fun. You
Yeah, that would
animate some of them or something, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been good, but these AI credits sometimes get expensive. These AIs.
Yeah,
in the AI.
exactly.
And I think Grok stopped doing it for free, right?
Yes, they did. That's why I haven't been able to make any videos. I wanted to make more AI videos about like the lore between Loaded Lions and the Dark Lions and all that type of stuff. Like I made the one short, and then it was like I was too busy with school, and then afterwards I was like, I'm gonna get back into it on the break, and they had gotten rid of free video generation. So I was like, well, I'm not paying for Grok.
Right. Yeah. What's up with that, Elon?
All right.
Make Grok great again.
Yeah, make Grok great again. Let us make free videos. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to toss in for the Expedition Blitz, or should we take a quick look at the two different, the dev diary and then the mobile diary thing they put out?
Yeah, no, that's it. Guys, put in the comment where you ended up, and let us know if you have any new strategies. Let us know what you think and how it went for you guys.
Yes, definitely interested in hearing how you guys put together expedition groups and what you guys used mostly for expeditions. If you were resources, were you running boss battles? What were you guys doing? So
yes, definitely.
So with that, we will flip back over and let's take a quick look at these two articles that were brought out. So obviously we got the first dev diary here being about Lion coin integration, expedition upgrades, and the mobile launch. And then we have a second one here that is talking a little bit more specific about Main.City built for gamers. So let's take a quick look, run through this first one, which is the dev diaries number 4. So they're giving us a little bit of a development update from the token integration, mobile milestones, and the quality of life upgrades for expeditions. So first up was the expeditions and the Blitz. So they were putting out a maintenance to fix some of the bugs. I don't think all of the bugs were fixed, especially one. The only real bug they actually fixed was us being able to queue up in multiple. Like you saw DJ Orakle help me make that video, right? So that was really the only thing that got kiboshed. They got rid of.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? And then, the Blitz being started. Some quality of life for the expedition. So advanced filter, that is still not here. So we are, they have some to find missions that we want to do, but they're definitely looking to clean up the expedition history. So this still has not been brought in. They have brought in this though, the auto stipe and auto start. I haven't noticed the auto start, to be honest, but the anti-sniping, right? So being able to gear up, they give us the 10 minutes where it locks out from people being able to go on that mission. So if you have noticed, when you go and you want to launch an expedition, if somebody else already has it open, now it just shows show tab, right? So you can go and look at theirs, and they have 10 minutes to launch. And then we have smoother assets return. So this has not been implemented either. When they come back, they are not being re-equipped yet. So hopefully that's on the way. And then they talk a little bit about the mobile game update. So this is the final countdown, saying the wait is almost over, which, I mean, it's been a long wait. It was supposed to be out last year at this, or last year in October, November, something like that. So, but the graphics look pretty cool. So I'm excited. Hopefully there's going to be some more cinematics. And then they have the Lion token integration. So the lions are getting louder. This is, they said, going to be deeply integrated into the main city ecosystem across both desktop and mobile versions. While they're keeping the exact details under wrap, if you are holding Lion, you will be rewarded. So they're designing exclusive benefits and utility tailored specifically for loyal Lion holders. So hopefully, they also were talking about NFT boosting. So hopefully some of that stuff's coming for our Lion staking on the website. So that's the first one that we've got. So yeah, let's take a look at the second article that they put out. I believe this was like middle of the month here. So they're talking about Main City and how it's built for gamers, right? So they do a little bit of discussion here about the retention, I guess, engineering for retention to make the game more engaging, keeping people playing rather than just, being one of these like pump and dump sort of video games. So that's sort of what they're trying to, double down, and they're launching mobile. So you can see El Rey here talking about his success with Fiend for Crow there. He was able to complete one of the extreme missions, and they got 312. This has been reduced now, so I think the max you can win is like 100. Maybe it's 200 or something like that, but they've significantly reduced the rewards from the extreme, which I found was extremely weird, to be honest, when they balanced that. And then they've got what is Main City, so like, what taking a look at Main City and stuff like that. So discussing the prize pools that have already been distributed. We just wrapped up Blitz number 8 of 12, so the main season competition is coming up quicker than we can anticipate. So they're talking about these aren't token farming events; these are actual competitions, right? So it's not like they're just paying out tokens to people. These are actual, like, you're putting in work to win stuff here. And then we have the mobile being launched soon, so they do talk about the competitive aspect, or the competitive strategy game coming to mobile. So they've got a little graphic here, which we'll talk about as we sort of bridge into the mobile. So their long-term thinking here is, the tokens, the NFTs, the rewards, these are tools to enhance the experience, right? Their core players are the best product team. We understand all the meta and stuff like that, so we help them balance by giving feedback in the Discord. So they're calling out, and here's Pampa praising the land ownership rewards. So this is more of just sort of like a fluff piece. They are announcing Main City Mobile here, but just sort of talking about the community and what's been going on with the game over the past almost 3 years, right? So yeah, it's just a small little article. The big bulk of it is going to be discussing the mobile version, which is coming out, which we will talk about shortly. But yeah, so those are the two dev diaries. What did you think about, the first question I have is, what did you think about the changes to the rewards? Like, I thought reducing the extreme payouts was extremely dumb, because to me it's like those like they're not going to succeed very often, and like when they do, like, they should be rewarded fairly heavily for that amount of exposure to risk.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure why a lot of times they work on things that are necessary. They touch something that doesn't need to be touched, and they don't fix the things that need to be fixed. Like we were talking about the history and how it's so hard to find the missions that are the newest ones, the ones to collect the winnings, but yet they worry about reducing the amount of essences that you get. And like you
Right.
said, like these are extreme missions. They're not likely to succeed, so the payout should be, and they're very long too. What is it, like 12 hours each way or something like that?
Yeah,
And
it's
let's see.
it's definitely I think it's like a 12-hour mission or something as long as you're on the land.
Oh yeah, so if it's your homeland, it's still travel time 40, like the one that they have right there on the graphic. But the mission itself is 10 hours. So yeah, it's a 10-hour 40 minutes, and that's if you own a primordial, right? And then you're able to like use it as your home
No, you can
land.
you can use primordials at any point, right? So yeah,
Oh,
it's almost an
oh, okay.
11. Yeah, you just select the home region. You don't need to have the primordial land to be able to select that as your home region.
Oh, I thought you needed to own the NFT to be able to put it as your home. So it could use like any other region.
Yeah, yeah, you could just do it as any you if you don't have it, you can choose it still. But it and that's the thing, like I think a lot of people still don't understand home regions. Like it doesn't really matter what your home region is as long as you're running the missions on that region. Right? So
Mhm.
that's where it's like
Okay.
you don't want to be like choosing, Sapphire Sanctum as your home region and then like exclusively running things on Molten Forge. Because then it's like, why didn't you just choose Molten? Because now you're adding an
Yeah.
extra 40 minutes to an hour or whatever it might be for time just to your duration of mission so that you can run missions somewhere else. Right? So that's why, like I suggest, like if you're going to choose a home region, choose the home region for the one you need essences for. If you're going to start improving your quality of your elemental levels, or yeah, your elemental level, not your quality, sorry, then that's the one you should be focusing on, right? Focus on those missions. Make that your home region. That way you can get enough of the essences to imbue and bring your business up to element level 10.
Yeah, and that's a great point because I did see that in the Expedition Blitz that a lot of people were not like if you see that your travel time is more than 40 minutes, you're doing it wrong pretty much.
Yes.
Which is pretty much what you said too. Like make sure you're doing it like in the region that you're gonna kind of like lock in on getting those essences. But especially and let's say like for me, right? Like if I want to join an expedition at the end of the night, and whoever's hosting it, the travel time is whatever, an hour and something. Like I don't mind because I'm gonna go to sleep. But if it's a competition, then you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're running your expeditions on your homeland. Because yeah, I was trying to jump in on some of the groups, and the travel time was like pretty bad.
Oh, I know. It's like people going from like one primordial to the other or like opposite side of the maps. I'm just like, guys, like stick to. And I guess like what they're doing is they're just looking for super low powered ones or whatever. But still, it's like, come on, like leave the low powered ones for people that can run it on their own mission and then join it instead of, locking it up. And now people have to join your, 2-hour travel time mission for a, hour mission, right? It's
Yeah,
like, oh, well.
that's true. And I recently switched mine because I had Block Nexus as my first choice, and I all of a sudden I couldn't find any missions at all. So what I did, I put all regions, and I saw which region was the lead. Which region had the most available, and it was for some reason it was Sapphire. So then I switched my home now to Sapphire, and I'm finding more available missions
You want
than
to know
Nexus.
why? I think it's because, like,
Why?
Sapphire, like, if you're looking at media missions, Sapphire's pulling from the entirety of the First Frontier collection because the media missions are on the Sapphire Lagoons,
Mhm.
right? So because we have two collections, there's the Fractured Fate collection and the Sapphire collection, or sorry, the First Frontier collection.
Uh-huh.
The Fractured Fate collections have, what is it, like 1/4 the amount of epics that the First Frontier collection does based on region, right? Because all of the epics got spread across 4 regions for the entire 50,000 NFT collection versus all of the epics that were spread out in First Frontier being concentrated just on the Sapphire Lagoon. So there's a lot more Sapphire Lagoons out there than there are, what is it, obelisks, chained obelisks or something. I can't remember the Avalon Lake. I know is the epic for Aurora. Diurion Valley or something like that. Diurnal Valley or something like that. I think is the epic for Crimson Reaches. But that's essentially why, right? That's why Sapphire has so much more. It's because if you're looking at medium expeditions, the medium expeditions come from First Frontier opposed to Fractured Fates.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why there's a lot more there.
Okay. Yeah, and I usually go for mediums because again, like I don't have sometimes a whole lot of time to with my laptop lately. So a lot of times if I don't wait, if people don't fill up the room, I don't want to wait to do a hard one for more people. So I just run them on medium when I'm able to, especially when they're like the 1800s or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can find some that are like 10, what is the lowest? I think 1080, 10,800 or something like that. Then there's a 13,500. There'll be an 18,900. A couple 21s. There's a 1640, I think, as well. So there's some lower ones that you could just put on. If you have a Moonwalker, if it's one of the explorations, or if you have a tent for resources, like you can max it out pretty quick and then just run it yourself if you need to. So that's why I like to run the mediums as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so shout out to the devs for this new expedition updated. I think it was a pretty good blitz, and it's been. Also, shout out for them on the putting out these articles and hyping up the mobile.
Yes. Looking forward to mobile. Looking forward to seeing what they bring out for us. I guess the last thing that we could talk about with the dev diaries, we talked a little bit about like the quality of life stuff that's still coming down the road. Then how they quickly address glitches that are in the favor of the player, like being able to run multiple expeditions, but they do take a little bit longer when it comes to quality of life upgrades, such as making it easier to find our completed expeditions. And I know that's one reason, like, I haven't really been running expeditions, just because, like, I can't even be bothered to scroll through 300-ish, like, and I know I'm on the low end. There's some people probably with, like, 500-600 completed expeditions that they're scrolling through looking for the ones that they just completed to claim rewards. So, and I'm already frustrated when I got, like, I think it's like 280, almost 300 completed expeditions, and I'm scrolling through it looking for one. So it's annoying. So hopefully they get on that as soon as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's that one, and the equipping the tools right after they come back.
Yes.
That will be a good one, a good update there.
Yeah, that's needed, because it's annoying when it's like you come back and you're well, my problem is going to be unless they also equip all the tools that get unequipped when I unequip a backpack. Because, like, when I run something with my Moonwalker, right, I ended up having, like, all of my tents and stuff get unequipped, right? So when it comes back, it re-equips the Moonwalker. Does it also re-equip all of my tools that were unequipped because they were equipped in that Moonwalker?
That's a good point.
I don't know. I think the Moonwalkers should have a special ability still. Like, they mentioned that there's going to be a special ability for it for seasoned expeditioners or whatever they called it. I don't remember, but my thought was it was going to allow us to use it on an expedition, but it doesn't leave our city, so we still keep that capacity.
Oh, that would be good. That would definitely be valuable.
Right? That would be a perk that a Moonwalker should have. Like,
yeah, you're conquering the moon. Definitely. That would be
Yeah.
great if you're able to hold your NFTs and they're equipped while you're out on the mission.
Yeah, it would be
So
so
hopefully,
nice.
yeah,
Here, 1 second.
yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
there's definitely a few quality of life changes I think that they could do, NFT based and even in game, right? So, like with the Moonwalker, like we were talking, add that little extra bonus so we can keep NFTs equipped in it as well as use it in expeditions. I mean, it is the best of the backpack NFTs. It should have something better and above the rest, right, to justify the cost. And then there's also, like, I know a lot of people have talked the leveling to be able to get to the prestige up button, right? Maybe if they had some way just to have like next prestige, right? Or even, I know you were talking earlier too about, how we can do with the blueprints to choose how many we open. Maybe they could have a little thing like that too for like on that max button. So instead you could like get rid of the max button and just say next prestige. And then if you want, it could go up to 5% charge based on how far you click your prestige button, right? So you can go, if you're at prestige 150, right? You could click all the way up to 150 and then just click the prestige button and it brings you up to 150, right? And that would cost you an extra 3% diamonds or something. Whereas if you go all the way to 289, it's going to cost you the full 5% diamonds. Or if you just want to click just next prestige, it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just brings you up to the next prestige, and you could just click that, which I think would be nice because then it's just like you can just click that 28 or 289 times, and then now you're at max prestige. But I don't know, or something you can type in how many prestiges you want to go up, or something along those lines. But again, we'll have to see how that would play into Main City Mobile because the screen's going to be smaller. Obviously, it'll be touchscreen opposed to our mouse and keyboard interface that we have now.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what and I have heard that the feedback a lot about the prestige and having a limit of being able to say up to what prestige you want to max instead of just all the way to the max. So we'll see what they do with that. And yeah, pretty exciting. I'm just excited also about their articles and the just having more information. It seems like in the last few months they're being more active on the in their X account. So I'm pretty grateful for that.
Yeah, especially with them making a new X account, which, second reminder, guys, make sure you subscribe to them or follow them or whatever it is, right, on X. Link will be down below. But
Yes, definitely. The
I guess
support.
we'll transition then into, I don't think there's anything else to talk about Dev Diaries. It's awesome. I'm so happy that they're actually putting out an article for us to read through, opposed to just being like, information's coming soon, and then never hear anything again. So this is nice. This is a nice cycle of once a month. We're getting an actual official Dev Diary, and then we got a bonus little article last week, basically, I think it was. So now let's talk about some Main City Mobile. So let me just switch over. We can, there's a quick little video we could take a look at. That'll probably get a nice copyright strike for me, but whatever. We'll watch it and then we'll take a quick look at the Play Store and then we'll talk a little bit about our thoughts and then we'll get into some speculation on it. All right. So let me just play this video.
All right.
Right on. So, I mean, I do definitely like the look, the cartoony look of the lions that they've been building. I think it's pretty interesting. I'll just kind of let this play in the background on mute while we talk, if you want there, DJ Orakle. But the look of the lions are really cool. I really hope this is maybe telling us, like, in the future they're going to have models for us to actually use in game. But for the most part, really, this video is just showing the attacks, right, and the defenses that defend against said attacks. So and then it just ends with the main city mobile. But definitely a cool little video for the graphics wise. And I think it is confirming, to me at least, that the game is pretty much going to be the same as what we're playing now, just on mobile. But what do you think?
Yeah, I saw that. I like the video, and like you said, I like how their characters, they're kind of like 3D. It's not just like the square NFT, and they have legs. And so hopefully, like you said, hopefully it'll be kind of like the one for the Bored Apes, the other side, where they're all walking around in the full character.
Yes.
So that's hopeful, seeing them like that. Hopefully, like you said, we'll be able to see them. I like the video. I like the hype. I like the characters, and also I saw how the game, it is pretty much gonna be like the same as the desktop. So it's kind of like it's for me it's good, as and okay, at least we know what to expect. And a little bit, I don't want to say disappointed, but I just said it. But no, more like see if it would be different, just to see if the style would be a little different. But it's yeah, like I said, I'm excited that it's something that I know already. uh and I just maybe wanted to see something a little different, but at the same time I don't, so I don't know if that makes any sense. But I'm pretty excited for the release of it.
No, I feel the sentiment same as you, with a slight disappointment, because it's like, we've done this for the last 3 years. Sure, there's been new things added, but like the whole city building and attacks between each other and stuff like that, we've been doing that for like the last year, couple years almost, right? So it's sort of like disappointing on the front as well, that they're getting rid of our work. Well, not getting rid of it, but like they're not really honoring the work that we put into desktop, right? Like they're completely separating them, in the sense that now it's like all this work that we put into desktop, hopefully it still is meritable, right? Like hopefully people are going to like come over and play on desktop and not just solely play on mobile. But my worry is, right, like with the mobile version coming out, that's the accessibility for everybody, right? Like that's where a lot of people are going to play, and I'm really worried that they're going to. And I know they said that, main city's still going to be the best on desktop. That's where the full experience is. But I'm just worried we're going to see a lot more money get put into the mobile version, in the sense of the competition payouts and people coming in and actually playing. And they're going to, I think, just focus more on mobile. And we're going to see, at least that's my worry, we're going to see the desktop become even more desolate than it is now, right? Like we've only got like maybe 1,500 players that come in and play for competitions, right? So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I'm kind of sad that, all that grinding and everything to get to the rank that we're at now is just going to be like, well, we're just starting over again on mobile. But I'm excited still. I'm excited to see what they do with competitions. I'm excited to see how everything pans out. I do find it funny that in the video here, they're boosting. I don't know if you noticed like what they boost on these, and it's just like, why are you boosting a level 1 arcade when you've got a level 2-1 or a prestige 212 bank right there? It's like,
I didn't even notice that.
Right. Right, they got and I had to pause it because like, is that 212? I was like, got to see that. But yeah, just the prestige numbers on some of the businesses here in the video, I laugh at it because it doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, even when on the video where they show the Velo Venom, they throw the little gas bomb. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if you would actually see those graphics.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we had a little bit more like animation. Right, I think there's been a few people saying like, come on, give us some like animation when it comes, instead of just watching a number spin, right? Mm-hmm. Like have a little cutscene of like them, the Savannah Bandits running into or jetpacking down onto a business or something, whatever it is, right? Like just give something.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really cool. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things move out. But have you pre-registered for mobile yet?
Yes, I have. It won't show it on here because it's on my laptop, but here is the Google Play Store. So here's the main city pre-register, so you can go in. And I think once you pre-register, it says something about anticipated launch being like July 7th. So at least I saw that on mine. I don't know if you saw it on yours. So I'm thinking probably next month on the 7th is when it's getting released, or at least that's like what they had there after I pre-registered. So what is that? That's still about a week and a half away.
Yeah.
Looking at the 7th is a Tuesday, so
I think it was the Apple Store, the one that actually puts the release date, and not the Android. So I'm happy for the Apple for giving us a little more info.
yeah.
So pretty excited for July 7th.
Yeah, because we don't have any actual information right now, right? It's just like if you pre-register, all we have for a date is updated on June 24th. So it's not really what we're looking for, and I don't see anything else in the supports or anything here, other than you can see where they're out of, which is Cyprus. But yeah, you could pre-register. They've got some pictures here. So be a leading tycoon with the little cub there and his, I guess that's the Leo defense. Then you got a picture of building your own dream mansion, again, which is what we've been doing. Now, to me, all this work, if they don't come out with the next set of mansion rooms as well when they drop this, I'm going to kind of be disappointed too. Because, like, how long have we been waiting for a mansion expansion?
Yeah. At least one room. Give us a new room.
Exactly. Though one thing to note, now that I'm looking at the interface here a little bit more, is they do have the vouchers. So it looks like vouchers are still in the game, so which makes sense. I mean, there's going to be something to interact with on the market.
Yeah, there's got to be rewards.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Yeah.
The single or the what is it? The attack screen looks a little bit different. The numbers look a little bit bigger, but could be just graphic style. Leaderboard, we still see Hayton on there, but nobody else. Well, there's my Akabar, but it's backwards. And then there's Meta Roar instead of Meta CFO. So we got some familiar names, just the knockoffs, the Chinese knockoff of some of the top players.
They say let's trick them and let's put Hayden with a lowercase h instead of instead of a capital H.
Exactly right. It's funny how the numbers they decide to choose. And then there's Lionish and Leo Lion. But interesting little graphics they've got. Same sort of map, discover new regions, stuff like that. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll have to wait and see what it actually comes out to be. But for me, it's looking pretty much like the exact same kind of gameplay style, right? Not really much of a change up based on what we are familiar with. So, I think I know one of their big reasons they're like, oh, if we're going to bring in, and it gives everybody a fresh chance to like start. And there's been a lot of people, I think, that have sort of like waited on the sidelines being like, yeah, I'm going to come in and be able to, dominate right from the start. And it's like, well, you've never even played the desktop version. And this is going to be basically the same as the desktop version, maybe slightly different mechanics, but not like significantly different. So anybody that's familiar with desktop is going to be at a significant advantage compared to those new players coming in thinking they're going to be able to, take the leaderboard without have ever set foot in Main City at all.
Yeah, it's also another thing that I was thinking about right now. It's the tutorial. I wonder if it'll be. Oh yeah, I think I put it on the Plaza. I wonder how long it's gonna take to get through that tutorial.
Yeah, me too. Because I haven't played it since it first came out, right? And I know they've sped it up. They put cash drops at certain points to get you more money, so you can power through certain parts that require you to wait a while, right? So instead of waiting, they just give you the cash. Because that's really what a lot of it was just like hours, right? Hours of waiting for gold to generate so you could just level up a business. So we'll see. I mean, it being on mobile, that just means we're able to check it more often, right? I don't know too many people that go anywhere without their phones, so they'll constantly be able to check it at their leisure now. But yeah, I know they also mentioned too that it's going to be more fast paced, right, compared to the desktop version. So I'm curious as to how that's going to play in. Plus, we'll also have expeditions, so I'm sure the expeditions will help make it more fast paced when you're doing the resources and stuff. But I wonder, right? Like we can't separate the two games in on desktop when you're playing mobile or when you're playing competition and normal mode when it comes to sending out NFTs on expedition. So I'm kind of curious, like, am I going to be able to use the same tent on mobile as I can use on desktop to send out on an expedition? So these are some of the questions I have. And I know someone mentioned that it would be nice if they would do an AMA either before or leading up to or just after for us to ask some questions, but I doubt we're getting something like that.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool if we have one of those AMAs. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting to see how this this thing is gonna work out, how the market is gonna play out, um, the competitions, and I like what you said about the NFTs. Whether we're gonna be able to like equip them in both, or we're gonna have to divide them into the both expeditions because you know I guess it would be if we're using the same NFTs, it's kind of like if we're running up to 10 expeditions now, right? 5 on mobile and 5 on desktop.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need that many NFTs and only have like 3 shelters, I think.
Yeah. Well, they better not, right? Like they better not make it so that like if you're using it in mobile, it should still be available to use in desktop. I really hope they don't lock it out because that's just going to make it even more annoying. Like think about it,
Yeah.
when a competition's on and you're playing a competition on desktop and on mobile and you're running expeditions on both and it's like your backpack's locked out because it's on this expedition, so now you can't equip this, and it'd be too hectic to try and balance it across two games. So I hope that whatever NFTs are available for use, you can use them in both games separately, right? Like I could send out an exploration expedition with a moonwalker, and also on mobile send it out with my moonwalker.
Yeah, and you brought out something that made my wheels turn, which is you mentioned that what if the competitions are going on, but I was thinking, what if the competitions are like one of the first week of the month on mobile, and then the last week in desktop? So what if they're not really running simultaneously? That means that we would have 2 different weeks out of the month, and I don't know if that would be too much time consuming, or if it's better that they're running at the same time. Is it better if they're not running at the same time so we can actually focus on one? What do you think your style would? What would you rather have them run at the same time or run separately?
I'd probably rather run at the same time, but it's going to come down to the prize pool, I think, for which one I focus on more, right? Like if the prize pool on mobile is 5 times that on desktop, then I'm just going to like barely play desktop and focus on mobile and like just sort of do my standard strategy, but not even really stress it that much. Probably not even buy in that heavy or whatever, right? Just kind of like play very passively on whatever one's giving the least amount of prize, right? I'd still probably play
Mm.
both, try to make some sales, market sales early, right? Like if you pull a really good business, sell it, right? And play that way. But yeah, I don't know, it's gonna come down to that, I think, really, is like how the prize pool is distributed, and how that whole scene is gonna work when it comes to doing competitions.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good point. That's fair. That's fair. You go to spend the time where the investment the ROI is gonna be higher, right?
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I'm assuming that with this new collection for the vehicles coming out soon, right? Once that mints, those are going to probably be added to the mint price or the prize pools, right? Just like we had with the tactical gear when tactical gear first got minted, those were switched from tools over to tactical gear for prizes on the leaderboard, right? So I'm assuming once we get the cars and planes and boats and whatever that are coming out, that will be added as part of the leaderboard prize pool. So
Oh, that's a great idea. I hope so. I hope that's the case because it
yeah.
also helps new players when they're coming in and they're able to place a little bit. And they get a little help from the leaderboard, getting an NFT here and there. It always helps.
Well, and think about it too, right? Like back in the day when somebody would get a generator or a data pad, congratulations, that's a land for each region. You could sell that and buy a starter land for each region. Now you're, increasing your diamond production. You could probably even go buy a backpack after that, maybe a couple backpacks, right? And you just sell one NFT that you want as a prize, right? Like
Yeah,
you don't
that's a
need
good.
the data pad. You don't need the generator as a new player, right? You're going to be way better off having a starter land in each region and a couple backpacks to increase your offline income collection. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. So yes, hopefully they'll do uh they'll do some NFTs as prizes with the vehicles. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm just always excited about the mints because of the possibility of minting some legendary stuff.
yes, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably mint a few. I don't know, depending on what the price is. I would assume they're probably going to have like what they did with the tactical gear, right? They did like a big resupply one or whatever, right? So you could buy one that had like 10 NFTs in it. So they'll probably have something similar to that, the garage filler or something, right?
Yeah, like multi packs kind of thing.
Yeah. The hangar
Like
edition,
a
right? The hangars with the garages in the main city mansion, right? So they'd have like the hangar filler. You buy this and it fills up your hangar for you with whatever stuff you get. So
that's a good one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or your Oasis,
yeah.
Oasis pack.
Yeah, that's only gets you 3, not 10.
There you go. The
Yeah.
common area is a one pack.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got the commons, the oasis, and the hangar. But
There
yeah, I
you
don't
go.
know. When do you think that's going to come out? I mean, I guess we
Mm,
kind of talked about mobile a bit. I think we're going to move into speculation, so we'll switch over to the next topic and then probably end her in about 20 minutes. So,
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, speculation, the favorite part of everybody.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we still don't really have much information on mobile other than what's kind of on the Play Store and what we've been given so far from the dev diaries and stuff. So, we're still waiting on more information, but I think we've pieced together it's basically the same game. So now it just comes down to how competitions in the market's going to work. But and obviously when it's going to drop. But I think we're all thinking probably July 7th or something. So somewhere around there.
Yeah,
But
so if we don't hear from the team before July 7, and July 7, it's our goal, our mark, our next date.
yeah, well, they were supposed to give us a date by the end of this month. I mean, they were supposed to give us the game by the end of this month, not the date, really. If we're going back to
Oh,
like
because
original promises, it was going to be released in H1, and at the end of this
first
month,
half,
we're
huh?
into H2.
Mm.
So
Well,
technicalities.
yes, yes.
But hopefully they
The
at least
devil is
just
in
give
the
us a
details.
release date. Just give us a release date and don't make it the end of July. Make it the start of July, please. Like,
Yeah. For now, we have the hope of July 7 these days.
yes. And I have a feeling, honestly, that like we're gonna get mobile launched and probably at the end of July we're gonna have a competition. Right. And I have
Yeah,
a
that
feeling
sounds
like it's
about
gonna be both, like Main City Mobile and Main City Desktop will both have competitions. So that's what I'm hoping for.
right. Yeah, it will be full of action.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an action-packed couple months, I think, here with the release and some of the quality of life updates. I mean, it's already been pretty good with the expeditions being released. I think it brought some extra life back to the community. I know a lot of us were getting, quite burnt out. I'd say I'm still kind of burnt out in a sense that like I'm just chilling. I'm not pushing. I'm not even really playing like consistently. I just come in every day, collect my dailies, do that type of stuff, collect the cubs twice a day, and do a little bit of
Stacking
leveling
diamonds.
up. Yeah, just stacking diamonds, trying to sell businesses. Got to make some mint
Mm, yeah,
money.
that's good. Right? Yeah, that's true. Gotta get that mint money. Um, So yeah, when do you think the mint is gonna drop?
Yes. Speaking of that mint, I'm thinking probably August. I'm thinking August or September. I'm thinking probably
Mhm.
middle to end of August though, is what I would probably put it at. Just because I think we're going to see mobile get released. We're going to give probably a month for mobile people to sort of get excited and be engaged in the game. And then they're going to have a competition. The competition is going to get people even more excited for the game and want to come back and spend some money on NFTs. And then they're going to drop this new collection, and that's going to invigorate more people to be like, I'm going to buy some more. And, if I get one of the mythical, vehicles or whatever, I'm going to probably be able to sell that for like $600 and buy a bunch of good lands or something, right? So people like to gamble. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. What about yourself? When do you think that mint's going to happen?
Yeah, when you said August, September, it kind of seemed like far away, but I'm like, wait, July is like just next week. So, um, I would say, so I'm with you. I think they'll give it like a month for mobile. But I'm thinking that it might be they'll give it like a 2 or 3 weeks of hype for the mint. So I'm thinking the last from the second half, like the second half of August of hype, and then like you were saying on September, I think I will lean more on September. Um, like either maybe early September or middle of September, just because I'm thinking that now I've seen how they're hyping up the phone game. um, so I'm thinking that they're gonna hype up also the fracture fate. They hyped it up for a few weeks before it dropped, so that's why I'm thinking maybe September,
All right, on.
early
Yeah, I'm kind of
September.
hoping
Yeah.
though, like are they going to add power or are they just going to reduce the travel time? So that's sort of what I'm wondering. I'm probably going to mint some. I know I didn't mint any tactical gear, because after the tools and stuff, I kind of got pissed off. Like, I'm not gonna just keep throwing money at mints. I'm just gonna buy what I want. It's gonna be cheaper that way, and wasn't probably not, to be honest, but whatever. um, but yeah, I think it's gonna need a really good use case, because to me, it's like just join somebody that's 40 minutes, unless you're like gonna cut the travel time down to zero. But even then, it's like, I mean, the difference between 0 and 40 minutes, okay, sure, whatever, right? But I doubt it's ever gonna be 0 minutes to travel. So it's yeah, I don't know. I'm curious as to what they are going to use these NFTs for other than just the travel time. Because like if it gives you the ability to like bring a second piece of gear as well as increasing your power, right? Like think about it. It's like you take a motorbike and you can bring one piece of gear without a vehicle, and you get a second piece of gear that you can equip with a vehicle, and the vehicle also increases your power. So then we might start to see, okay, and then if you go up to the airplane, you get 8 extra pieces of equipment or something, right? Like, so it sort of like increases that way, and that's going to be what allows us to start taking on extreme missions with higher level of success.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds really, really great. Yeah, I really, really like that. I hadn't thought about that, but increasing because yeah, like right now you could only take one tent, but if you have a vehicle NFT, now you can take two tents, or yeah, that's a very great concept.
Yeah.
Uh, Extreme fights are more doable. All these high numbers are more doable.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking along the lines, like, because like otherwise it's just going to reduce the travel time, and it's like, well, just do missions on your land, your home region, right? Like, like if I get a mythical vehicle and it cuts my travel time down from 40 minutes to 10 minutes, I'm not that excited. Like, I really don't care that much. Like 30 minutes, I don't run them frequently enough to like need to max min 30 minutes. Like, that's not going to make a difference because I check it every like 5 hours or every 4 hours for cubs, basically. Like, so running a mission and I've reduced my travel time by 30 minutes. When it was 40 minutes, now it's 10. It's not that big of a deal to me. But if it increases the
Right.
power and the availability for me to bring 2 tents, right? So now I could bring 2 tents to a hard mission instead of just 1 tent to a medium mission, and almost solo a hard by myself, right? And then you could bring in other people, and the travel time gets reduced, and the power is increased also because you have a vehicle, right? Maybe they do similar to like the backpacks, and well, actually, it'll probably be similar to the tools, right? Because I'm hoping that we get an airdrop as lion holders of core vehicles, right? So we'll have a bicycle and a skateboard, maybe. I don't know, whatever. Probably there'll probably be a car. There'll probably be like a sedan or something, and the Lambo's gonna be the elite one, right? But like, and maybe they'll have like an old fashioned biplane, like, and then you get a jet or something for the the big cargo jet for mythical. That would probably be the mythical one. But I assume there's going to be some core vehicles or core transportation or whatever they want to call it, and then the elite
That
transportation.
are airdropped. Some
Yeah.
cores that are airdropped sound really, really good. Kind of like the tools, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Right, because that's what I'm thinking they need to do is like, because just like the tools and just like the tactical gear, we had core from that collection, like a core section, right? And those were the ones that got airdropped. So that's my assumption. I'm assuming, and it's probably going to make an ass out of you and me, but hey, my assumption is we will see core vehicles, is what I'm just going to call them, core vehicles dropped to probably loaded lions, maybe dark lions as well, but we'll see. Probably to both of them. And I wonder if they'll do something similar to like with the Cubs, right? So with the Cubs for the tactical gear, if you had a Cub Lion pair, you got an extra weapon, I think it was. Right? And whereas
Yeah, I think so.
it was a weapon, I think. So then, because the loaded lions got armor, and I'm pretty sure the dark lions got weapons, right? So, and then if you had an extra, or if you had a cub, then you got an extra piece of armor, I think it was.
Yeah, send some to the Cubs. Make the Cubs great again. I have 6 now. 6
Oh, nice.
Cubs.
Yeah, I think I've got
Yeah.
6 as well. Oh no, I'm at 7 now, but I don't really like. I count one, I guess, as like, but it's a chain gang one that I know I'm selling later, so it's just an investment
He's a
one.
temporary. You don't want to get attached to him.
No, exactly. He's a cool little guy, but he's gonna get sold eventually. Once things start picking up and this ecosystem becomes more recognized.
Mm-hmm.
But
And that's the goal. That's the goal of all this. All this mobile, all this speculation is just for the better good of the whole Loaded Lions ecosystem. Because you remember back then when it was just the first frontier lands and it was just the dream, and now it's coming. It's coming to fruition. So it's good to just see how far it's come along.
yeah, exactly. And I back when I first started like getting into the crypto scene, right? Like the first frontier collections really what got me into buying NFTs. So, that's always been the dream back when I first saw these collections coming out, is this whole like metaverse and whatnot that the crypto.com is going to put together. And that's going to be the home for all of Crow fam, right? So, now they're going on to mobile. So hopefully there's a way for mobile to maybe bring people more into the desktop version. And like I said earlier, I really hope they're not going to just like abandon the desktop version, because I think there's a lot of potential here to really turn it into something like we were discussing with the other side, right? Make it an actual like metaverse where we're able to go out and control and do the actual actions for the expeditions. We're out there forming the story and playing a game, opposed to just, the daily maintenance that we do right now with the cities.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like a good idea. If they can kind of like keep this version, kind of like the way it is for the mobile version, and then start like you know, yeah, doing something a little more complex in the desktop. And they did say that that was their goal was to bring more eyes into the desktop from the mobile. So hopefully that'll work. That's the plan. Hopefully they'll uh, people would see the value and also having those NFTs for both games. Um, so yeah, let's hope that they don't abandon the desktop, and hopefully this will be kind of like the stepping stone for just okay, mobile. This is great. This is good. It's simple enough for mobile to handle, and now let's make desktop more complex.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So they've formed the mobile version, which is the city building, the management and stuff like that. And then it'd be really nice to have, yeah, like a brand new game come out where it's like, okay, guys, this is the expeditions. Like, you know, you can still launch expeditions on mobile, but like we're actually able to go out there and because I want to go fight some stuff. I want to actually like, you know, team up with like you and Papa Bigfoot and you know, Spooners and a bunch of the other guys, Gary, all them, right? Like, get some actual parties formed. You know, I remember Kimbo back in the day talking about that, like getting together and launching a bunch of like raids and stuff and, you know, have something that is more of like an MMORPG that's on the desktop. Mind you, your PC, my PC probably can't run it, but my phone probably could, which is the sad thing, you know what I mean? Like, if you had a mobile version of that, my phone probably would be able to run it, but because I don't have an integrated graphics, or sorry, I have integrated, I don't have a dedicated graphics card on my laptop, it's probably going to struggle with any heavy graphics processing.
Yeah, same with my little laptop. I don't have a lot of graphics big graphic cards, but yeah, it'll be nice if we were actually able to start going into the arcade business and start, you know, click here and then you know just kind of go into a new screen where you can walk around inside these buildings, these businesses, the mansion. And there's a
Yes.
lot of potential. There's a lot of potential.
No, a lot of potential for them to really turn this into some sort of metaverse that's more than just a very passive game like we're used to.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be just the beginning. Hopefully, you know, there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, I agree. And I know they have some stuff on the roadmap, and we've talked about it before, so we'll have to just wait and see what else they bring forward for us. So, but I mean, first thing is going to be trying out mobile, seeing how the NFTs work in mobile, seeing how the actual marketplace is going to work. So hopefully by the time we got the next podcast coming up, we'll have at least had a little bit of time to play around with mobile. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't think we've really got much else to speculate about. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, it was fun like always. Thank you for everybody who always makes it to the end. And it's been great.
Yes. Always good talking with you. Always good talking Main City. And hopefully, maybe next time we can get. I think Fiend for Crow was interested, and I think if we can find a time for Meta, he might be interested in hopping in and telling us how his retirement's going. And I know Gary said he was interested in coming on as well. So we'll have to reach out, and once we get some experience with mobile, maybe we can get some of those guys in to come and talk a little bit about their experience with mobile and what they think of it. So
yeah, that would be definitely a good timing to see what their perspectives on the new platform.
exactly.
Um, yeah, but yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us as always, and leave any comments, anything that you want us to cover on the next one. Any tips? Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. And thank you, Arwin, for hosting as always.
Yes, and thank you once again for joining me. Thank you, everyone that has made it to the end here. Like DJ Orakle said, drop some content down below that you guys are interested in hearing us talk about. And yeah, hopefully everybody gets pre-registered. I was going to say pre-ordered, pre-registered for the mobile launch. So yeah, well, hopefully within a couple more weeks, we'll be playing mobile and able to comment on the intricacies and the differences between the two mobile or the mobile version versus the desktop version. So thank you all for listening. I think hopefully we can get another one out shortly after mobile. I think that's probably going to be our target. That way we can play around a little bit with mobile. But that being said, if mobile does come out in like the end of July, we will probably have a podcast out before then. So stay tuned. But yeah, big things are happening in Maine City. Took a little bit of time, but hey, hopefully it was worth the wait.
Yes, definitely.
Right on. So thank you again, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your June.
Yes, got you guys on the next one. Peace.
Take care.